What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. It is the second day of December today, and here we are sitting at about $0.003 with 1 hour. Oh, no. I was about to say we have more than that. 5 hours and 13 minutes left in this day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it, okay? Let's talk about the price action here. So Zebec is up 6.5%, which is nice, but it honestly kind of pales in comparison to what we're seeing across the board with a lot of various cryptos that we pay attention to. A lot of these coins are up double or at least somewhat significant prices more than what Zebec is up today. Do not worry. Zebec's time will come. You're not in the wrong asset just because yours isn't pumping as hard as some other coins are today. Everything takes its turn, and Zebec's turn is coming. We're certainly at a point that makes sense to find support. I think it would make more sense to go lower, and the reason for that primarily comes from this golden ratio retracement from the low to the high. The golden ratio down here being at 0.00265 to 0.00252, but this is fine too. Maybe I had it wrong all along. Maybe we're not in a slanted pattern. Maybe it is just a regular standard inverse head and shoulders pattern, and we've just yet to actually interact with the proper high there. I don't know. Maybe it's not an inverse head and shoulders pattern at all. I keep going back and forth, and the main thing that makes me doubt that this is an inverse head and shoulders is the volume. The volume's all wrong if it is an inverse head and shoulders. Anyways, though, regardless of that thought of this pattern, we are in a downtrend, right? Lower highs, lower lows. We have kind of broken this trend line. We still have lower highs. We still are in a downtrend, but we're getting to a point where we're looking to break out of this trend, right? We're looking to break out. What we've done is back test prior support for support, prior support here for support, and we're finding it. If we close right here in the next 5 hours and 11 minutes, we close right here or higher, we do have a bullish engulfing candle, which is a very powerful signal in itself. And you're not bouncing off the golden ratio, but the 0.5 is fine. That could be an area that you bounce off of. I think it'd be nice to see today close above the 382, but ultimately, regardless of where the low is, whether it's here or here or here or wherever, it's a valid low once we start closing days above the 236. So ultimately, this level here at 0.0032, once you close above there on any given day, today, tomorrow, the next day, whatever, it validates whatever the current low is. So if you want this to be the low and you don't want to go lower, close above 0.0032. Don't wick above there and then close below there. Close above that line. If you want the prices to go lower and you're looking to buy here, you really don't want to see the price close above the 236 then. It's okay if it wicks above and then closes below, like it did here. It's not okay if it closes above, because if it does, then we're going higher. You will not get these lower prices, okay? Looking at the short-term stuff, let's look at the 1 hour time frame and then we'll zoom out from there. 1 hour time frame looking positive. Got a little bit of volume coming in, right? It doesn't have to be massive volume, but you can see here you had a good little spike in volume. Volume died off, it was non-existent, and now volume's starting to come back in as you're pushing higher. That's good. It's a good thing. Looking at the 1 hour RSI, bullish, you're in the overbought zone. That's bullish there. The stochastics are bullish, and the MACD is crossing above the zero. All bullish things across all indicators. The 4 hour time frame here, it's a little bit interesting because you do have a nice bounce off the oversold zone, and you have broken out of your lower high, lower low downtrend. You are rejecting the 60, which in itself could promote a little bit of turbulence, but all in all, I think that you are pushing higher to the overbought zone. So this is good. It's interesting though, because you keep going from overbought to oversold, oversold, overbought, oversold. You're not really spending much time trending either direction. So I would like it if you could stay up here and really provide some consistent readings above the 50, something like that. Who cares what I would like? But if you see that, you're going to see a lot more consistent growth rather than this inconsistent kind of choppy sideways price action. I do think that we're moving higher. The RSI looks good. The 1 hour time frame looks good. Stochastic suggests that we move higher. The MACD suggests that we move higher. We could, from here, move higher and still come back down lower. So do be open-minded. Do be what's the word I want to look for? Accepting. Be okay with the idea of Zebec going down to 0.026 to 0.0251. It's still very possible that we go there, and that possibility is taken away completely once we close above the 236 at 0.032. I would say on a daily closing basis. A 4 hour closing basis might be enough, but I would say a daily closing basis. If we close a day above 0.032 at that point, it's only appropriate to consider higher targets. And whether we go lower from here and then up, or we go up from here and then up, whatever it might be, when we do see higher targets, there is kind of a path of expectations here. From a high to a low, the first expectation is that we would see Zebec go all the way up to about 0.0046 to 0.005, somewhere around here. This might be another lower high in a series of lower highs that we've had since May. This lower high, we would be expecting that we kind of consolidate around and then we break out higher, right? Instead of just rejecting down, maybe we do something a little bit different and then we build higher. Or, because you've already interacted with the golden ratio once, twice, somewhat like 3 times here, you've already interacted with it multiple times, maybe you don't stop there. Maybe you do just push higher to the 786, 886. Again, from here, we'd expect that you consolidate and then you push higher, right? So whether you're going to 0.046 or 0.062 or anywhere in between, that is the next target for Zebec when we do establish that this is the low. We establish that this is the low when we close a day above 0.032 or multiple 4-hour time frames. Then, and that's kind of like your first step. It's somewhere up around here. Then the next step is that we would go up to our 1 cent to 1.4 cent area, find some turbulence there, whatever, and then continue to build. I thoroughly assume that Zebec will top off at 3 cents to 4.5 cents. If not lower, if not higher, but I'm personally thinking 3 to 4.5 cents. It's completely possible that we could stop at 2 cents. It's completely possible. But 6, especially with the drop that we've seen, but 6 to 7.7 cents is also on the table. I think the most likely outcome is probably 3 cents to 4.5 cents. I would even say that 6 cents to me, statistically speaking, is more probable than a 2 cent price is. But this is probably the most probable outcome, is that we go to 3 to 4.5 cents. And this is probably more, again, that's your kind of third step. That's your final step. This would probably happen. I doubt that we get up to 0.003. Sorry, I doubt we get to 3 cents or 4.5 cents by the end of December at this point. It could happen, but I doubt it. I would think more so we see that probably in January or early February. Late January, mid-January, or early February. That's the expectation. Whereas we probably work to this new all-time high area of 1 cent to 1.4 cents by the end of December, maybe early January. Then we push through January to get to these levels here, maybe early February. Does that make sense? I don't have anything else that I want to say. If I'm wrong about any of this, it's probably the timing. Timing is the hardest thing to get. Could be faster, could be slower, but at the end of the day, I thoroughly believe that from this range, Zebec will prevail. From this range, we will see a move that overall is more robust than what we had here. This took 5 weeks from a low to a high to accomplish. I don't know if it's going to take 5 weeks from this low to accomplish the next high, which would probably take us above 3 cents. But I do expect it'll happen. Whether it takes 5 weeks or 10 weeks, I think it'll happen. 3 cents, 4.5 cents, that is the ultimate goal when we do break away from this zone here, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. And don't get upset. Don't get upset if you're holding Zebec and today is the one day that you're disappointed with it because it's only up 6%. It's not up 15% like some coins, or 10% or 12% or 40%. Who cares? Zebec will have its time. It did this move. It did a 10x move when the rest of the market was getting like an 80% pump. So you've had your fun in the sun. It will happen again. The spotlight will be on you at some point, and whenever it is, you're going to do very well with it. Don't worry about it if the spotlight's not on you now. You're not in the wrong asset just because it's not the top performer of the day. Don't be worried about that, okay? Hit the like button. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.